the great Hasidic leader, the Alexander Rabbi, used to travel around, and in his travels with his entourage of people, of Hasidim, he used to come to remote communities to strengthen them and to give them more passion for their observance of Torah and mitzvot. He once arrived at a village somewhere in Europe, and as was always the case, the president of the community, usually the most significant person in the community, would have the great honor of hosting the Rebbe at his home. And so it was, he came to the home of the president, a very God-fearing, upright scholar of a Jew, and he was there as his guest. And everything proceeded fine, and it was a beautiful atmosphere. And after making the kiddush, they washed hands, they were going to partake of the challah. The Rebbe made the bracha, the blessing on the challah, and he took a bite, and he gasped. And the host jumped up and said, "What's wrong? Is something wrong with the challah?" And he gasped, and he said, "This challah has the taste of heaven. It has the taste of the Garden of Eden, of Gan Eden. What is there in this challah? I must find out. Who made this challah?" So the husband turned to his wife, and the wife said, "It is true, I baked the challah." So he said, "Did you put something into this challah?" She said, "No." She said, "But I must tell you, the person who kneaded the dough, who mixed the dough, the flour and the water, was a young orphan, Jewish orphan girl who works by us as an assistant in the house. She lives with us. She's a sad orphan, and we give her this way, parnosa, we sustain her. She kneaded the dough. Perhaps we'll call her and ask her if she put something into this challah." And they called the girl, and she came in terrified, awed at being in the presence of this great rabbi. And the rabbi looked at her with kind eyes and said, "Tell me, my child, explain to me exactly how you made the challah." And she said, "Well, I'll tell you. My late mother, who passed away not so long ago, she used to make challah. But when she kneaded the dough, she used to sing beautiful songs of the songs of Psalms from Tehillim. And she used to sing these psalms and hum these songs, and this is what accompanied her kneading of the dough. And when I make the challah for the person this lady who I work for, so I too decided that it's a nice custom. I'll do what my mother used to do." And here I was kneading the dough and thinking of my late mother. She left me an orphan at this young age. And while I was doing this, I have to confess, Rabbi, that I started crying while singing these songs and kneading the dough. And my tears dropped into the challah dough, and maybe they contaminated the dough. And the Rebbe said, "My child, your tears made this dough to have the taste of Gan Eden. Your tears enriched this challah. I knew there was something special in this challah, because the cry of an orphan is something that reaches and permeates the very heavens. And you made these challahs with the most magnificent taste of Gan Eden."